The Andes runs from Venezuela to south of Patagonia. It's one of the main watersheds and provides all the water for this continent. Previously was full of forest. I had been doing conservation for the last 32 years. I was so really disappointed not seeing actual action. Everybody knows that the deforestation is winning the battle. We are losing a lot of glaciers. Also, water is less every year. But when we put trees along the Andes, we are helping to secure the water balance and preventing the climate change. For me, being an ecopreneur, I want to do something real on the ground. In 2014, I talked with my partners and the local communities, and we sent a message for the entire world. We planted more than 57,000 trees in a single day. I'm an Inca descendant from a family that was part of the founders of the Inca Empire. The meaning of my second name, Auca, means warrior. My grandfather told me, "You're a warrior. You must fight. You must do something for us." To fight against the climate change, we need big action. Restoration needs a lot of people to put millions of trees on the highlands along the Andes. We started the first restoration program with the local communities and started to grow more and more. On the beginning, Acción Andina was a dream, my special dream. But to become a reality, I identified that I'm not going to do alone. I need fundraisers, I need leaders, I need people working on the ground.
I met Tino back in 2018. He invited me to come to one of his bigger reforestation festivals. This was a tipping point in my life. Tino opened up and said, "My dream is to take the work I've been doing all across the Andes." Me and the co-founders of Global Forest Generation, we were so inspired. And we basically committed to Tino, we're going to help you do this.
When you live all the years that I have, you can see easily who can have the same hair that you have. Seeing the eyes of this gringuito, I said, let's work.
Forests, especially high Andean forests and ecosystems, capture a lot of water. This is incredibly important for local communities.
Ali, mi compañero, uno paja, no caigo paja, más vida, causa uno manta vida, causa chiraicopi, importante que queña lantanches, lantares friends. Ali, mi compañero, kashan que ya está icopi, ancha importante mana hoch esto chongo na chena tayana parewan cocho. Acción Andina no caigo are alentan nya cambiari kunya planta pipas nya orkuri kunya yache kunya iski clase iski orkuita are no caigo pa importante que vida apukuna nya que planta cuidarin nya orkukunata apukunata alata que planta iko.
Tino knows so many leaders across the Andes. He wanted to bring them together to create an initiative. This was the start of Global Forest Generation and Acción Andina. We knew that Tino couldn't do it alone. We knew that the local communities couldn't do it alone. We really began thinking about the scaling issue. So we were looking at all the forest that needs to be restored and find the funds, the resources, the entire support system that would enable those local leaders to sustain and grow their project over time.
We are on 4,500 meters above sea level. The polylepis trees are going to provide the surface that the moss are going to need to grow and to capture more water, providing all the water that the fertile valleys are going to require.
With increasing climate change, glaciers are melting. Water security is becoming a huge issue for local communities, for cities down below, even for capital cities of South America. Natural ecosystems and forests are the only natural substitutes to water capturing capacities of the glaciers.
All these communities on those highlands, the main economic activity is the agriculture. If you save the forest, you save the wetlands also. Acción Andina is going to save water, sequester carbon, provide more biodiversity, and of course, save the entire culture of this area. But Acción Andina is not just a program of planting trees. We provide jobs, expertise to the local communities.
Fighting climate change isn't just good for the earth, it's also good for business. Over time, communities are building micro-businesses, nurseries that brings an income, supporting them and enabling to diversify their livelihoods.
The communities started with basic nurseries because all these plants are going to the forest, and everybody wants to have a huge nurseries like this one that is behind me.
Chita no kayko comunidad ni ko pi yang kay ari compañero no kayko ke landay ko ta iko man 20 ko speko ari kona ko con kolkempe propenatena chimanta yana pawanko ke waway ko pa edo kanay ko.
¿Te acuerdas cómo se llama? ¿No te acuerdas cómo se llama? When I go out at the field, I work with environmental education, teaching the kids how to save Mother Earth and also why it's important for them. You know, we let all the communities, especially the kids, feel like more involved. It gives me hope because I know that these kids, when they're going to grow up, they're going to teach also their babies how to protect the forest, protect the animals, and protect us.
The first year of Acción Andina, we planted 150,000 trees. The next year was 500,000 trees. The year after, over 1 million trees. In the fourth year, over 2 million trees. This is just the beginning of Acción Andina.
The Keunya Raimi is the festival of planting polylepis trees. More than 150 people between all the leaders, the musicians, and dancers. We united in a single place where we are going to discuss about what we are going to produce, who is going to receive the restoration program with Acción Andina. The first thing that you are going to hear to see is musicians, dancers. Why? It's a party. Everybody's coming to plant happiness. Carrying more than 20,000 seedlings of polylepis, climbing up of the mountains. We plant all of them in a single day. Native forest is going to work as a home for other species, small plants, moisture, and other things, to try to generate the water balance that we are trying to achieve.
Working with these communities, especially with the kids, walking through the mountains and through the forest, I cannot find a word to describe how I'm feeling. It's just amazing.
Acción Andina's goal to restore 1 million hectares of high Andean ecosystems and forests over the next 25 years is an aspirational goal. It allows people to think big. It allows people to come together to see collective action. Acción Andina started as a project. It is now becoming a movement. It is transcending borders, governments, communities, and that movement is going to change the world.
This revolution needs a lot of ecopreneurs with a lot of engagement and passion. Only in that way we are going to protect this Mother Earth.